folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae and the Seven Sirens. We're about to take off and begin this adventure proper, but I can't help but feel that I forgot to mention something in the last video, something that you can find in town, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Well, if I think of it later on, then I'll be sure to let you know, and we'll talk about it later. For now, I'm just going to top off my health a little bit here. And we're going to pick up a few things at the shop. We've got a little bit of spending money for a change, so let's go ahead and buy some stuff. Once again, we have our usual health potions, which will completely refill your health. Magic potions are back. Super potions, which will refill hearts and magic, so that's going to be kind of handy. That's a new item that will be handy later on. And then, of course, auto potions are back, which will completely refill your hearts once you run out of health. We'll go ahead and buy the fireball. It works pretty much like it has before. The pike ball as well, and one of the new items here, the super ball. So, the fireball pretty much works like it always has. You shoot a single projectile straight forward. Then we have the pike ball, which circles around you, hitting enemies while you hit them yourself. And then the super ball should look pretty familiar if you've ever played Super Mario Land. You shoot a ball, it shoots at an angle at the ground and bounces all over the room until it hits an enemy or flies off screen, or just disappears on its own. So that's pretty fun to use too. Anyway, the luggage is gone finally. The route is clear now. Finally, I can see the east side of the island. You first. Oh, you're too kind. So anyway, let's get going and get this show on the road. So here at Island East, it would be a good idea to take out these monsters here along the way. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. Yeah, Muckman they are called. But yeah, just I would spend maybe a minute or two knocking them out, because eventually they're going to drop us something that we can make use of later on. Here it is. Canned tuna. A small recovery item that comes in pretty handy in the early game, and since these enemies are constantly spawning in, you can pretty much farm against them as long as you'd like. Food items, by the way, are shown here on the inventory screen, so we have processed food, which restores a small amount of health, and they're all placed in order of how much they refill. 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. Simple, right? So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of hair whipping here, so let's speed this up until I've got all that I want. Okay, I got 9 canned tunas, and that's the most I can carry, so let's go ahead and get out of this screen and move on. It's also a good place to collect gems if you need a few more to buy something at the shop. So the slug gals are back. They'll fire a barrage of shots at you after a few seconds, so take them out quickly. But you can take them out before they can get an attack off, so that's good, if you can move quickly. Alright, not really anything we can do up here right now because of that pile of rocks there, so down we go. So to the right is progress, but we're going to go to the left first because there's a few collectibles we can go ahead and get out of the way. Just a lot of enemies along this path, nothing too difficult. She got a lucky shot in. But we can hit this chest here and get ourselves another nugget. Again, we'll see what those are for later. Hi, save guy. 4 of the giant trees are in this area. And no, using the fireball on them doesn't take them out faster, even though that would make a lot of sense. These spike enemies are also making a return from Half Genie Hero. After about a second, they'll fire spikes in all directions, so do watch out for them. Uh-oh, okay. Didn't know if I was going to take him out in time, but head into this cave, and here we have our first heart squid. I know there's a purpose for them, but I can't quite remember what it is. Again, if I remember, I'll be sure to let you know. Now, you could come up here and take out this guy again, or you could just crawl right under here and avoid him outright. And there's the spike attack in action. Just thought you should see it. Make sure you get kind of close to those trees so that you don't accidentally get bombed by one of their cherry bomb attacks. They can hit pretty hard. And early on, you can't really take hard hits. As for these scorpion gals, I haven't really found a good pattern in their attacks. Sometimes they'll attack high, sometimes they'll attack low. That first one that shot us earlier shot us low, but I can't really tell any way to determine if they're going to go high or low, so it's hard to tell if you need to duck or jump over them or whatever. Also, we have ourselves an old wind turbine here. We saw one of these earlier as well, and this is actually going to be quite a theme throughout this game. There's going to be several objects in the world that need to be interacted with different powers, but we'll see all that in action later. But enough of that.
Risky boots. What is she doing here? Men! Place the explosives.
If those Arena Town fools won't open this hatch willingly, I'll simply blast my way in.
Move it, you lovers!
Oh, hey, Shantae. Like how they're just looking right at her. The bomb on top is a nice touch. No one defies Risky Boots, Queen of the Seven Seas. Super jump! Well?
Move it!
Before it blows, you fools! Oh god, that's right! Gee, you know, maybe I ought to get out of the way too, because I'm standing awfully close. Never mind. Thank goodness for cutscene armor. That did the trick.
It won't be long before absolute power belongs to me.
Is Risky really not noticing that Shantae is right here? I mean, she's not even hiding or anything. Risky Boots is behind this.
I should have known.
You didn't suspect that the series' main antagonist wasn't behind the evil plot? How could you have not known? Oh, shame on you. I'd better follow and see what she's up to. And so on the other side of the hatch, well, not really anything we can do here. There's a heart squid up there, but we can't really get to it. So, nothing to do but to go down the hatch. And so down here we have another entrance into the deep sea area. It's all coming together, slowly but surely. And if we have a look at the map here, we can actually see that first part of the labyrinth we were in, or the undersea area, when we were meeting the Half Genie girls. But now we're going into another section, this one marked with yellow lines. And over here, this is where we find our first warp room. So as she just said, we just have to stand on one of these platforms, and it can warp us around to different parts of the island. The middle platform here takes us back to Arena Town, and that's what this star door was for. So if we wanted to quickly come back and buy stuff from the shop, we could do that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and take this platform and go right back to where we were. Voila! There will be several more platforms for us to make use of later on. But anyway, time to continue going on down. Test. So if we head down here real quick, this isn't the way forward, but thought we'd go ahead and knock out what's down here. These underwater ruins are quite vast, so it's good to try and cover as much ground as possible, just so we can get some more of the map filled in. These blobs here will always take 5 hits regardless of how strong your hair is, so they change color each time you hit them. Once they're red, they're down to their last hit. They're kind of weird enemies in that regard. And I can never be sure if they're going to do a small jump or a high jump, so it's kind of hard to prepare for the kind of attack they're going to do. Can't really do anything in this direction yet, so continuing on. And it's another one of the fishmen, guarding a chest containing another nugget. Yeah, I'm not fighting you guys again. So now let's see what's going on the other path. Jump on up here, make sure to hold right when you come out of the hole so that you don't fall back in. Hi, save guy! Super balls in these little hallways are pretty fun to use. Pretty much guaranteed that you'll hit something with it. The amount of detail that they put into the deep sea, especially during these sections when you're running through the tubes, I gotta say, the background artists did a really good job in this game. So yeah, you can see the underwater network is quite expansive. Again, a lot of upper paths here that we can't do anything about, and here we have a bunch of purple blocks in our path. We'll just go ahead and clear those out of the way. I'm sure no harm could come of that. And now, cutscene time.
What are you doing down here?
I might ask you the same question. You're staying out of trouble, I hope? Pretty much. I just ran into my archenemy, no big deal. Well, I figured since we're stuck here for a while, why not enjoy the Sunken City tour? Yes, sir! I'd like to see the rest of this place. It's a shame that so much of it is sealed off. But I suppose safety must come first, after all. The tour guide said that removing even a single purple block would be enough to cause a cave-in. Could you imagine that? A cave-in? With the entire town right above us? Removing even one block? Uncle, Now, what's all this now? That was a lot of effort for such a short cutscene. Well, that wasn't a very graceful landing at all. Oof, I think I bruised my bum.
Uncle? Uncle! Can you hear me up there? No use. What is this place?
I must be in an older part of the Sunken City. Even deeper down than the tour. Risky must have used these tunnels to spirit the half-genies away. I'd better search high and low for clues. Mostly low because, well, we have gone down about 3 screens, and be sure that you've taken care of everything that you wanted to before coming here, because this is something of a point of no return, because we can't actually go back until we've completed what's going on down here. So if you have any more shopping you want to do, well, that's going to have to wait until you're done here. But anyway, we're going to need to head to the right now. The path is still pretty linear. This frog here can be kind of a pain when it's bouncing all over the room. But we're still not really encountering any difficult enemies yet, mostly just these spiders and crabs. And what do we have here? Looks like some kind of fish person trying to look inside the, Sunken City. And then as we get closer... yeah, wonder what that's all about. Maybe we'll find out later. Oh. Now we can... oops, didn't mean to drop down there, but if we can, jump up, hit that jar, and then use the dance to collect the money. It cannot be understated just how useful dancing is for drawing in loose money and hearts and things. We do have a cave down here, but the collectible inside, we cannot get to it just yet. And pay attention for the sparklies in the background, because they hide money for us. But just to show, yeah. We've got our dark room, a heart squid, but not really anything to interact with this door yet, so another time. You can see already that we've got quite a bit of backtracking on our plate, but we will cover it all eventually. Well, you just like jumping all over the place, don't you? But yeah, as you can see, we're going deeper, and the water is getting darker as well. Nice little attention to detail there. Well, you're a bit bouncy. Anyway, clear away these blocks, get ready for an enemy hiding on the other side, and then hit the sparklies and take the money. You can also jump out on this side if you'd like. Hi again, save guy. The music has changed, which tells us that something's probably coming up. Maybe it's just me, but even here in these unblocked parts of the Sunken City, there seem to be just as many critters as on the path where the guests are allowed to go. Just a funny little detail I noticed. But anyway, with all that, we have now found our way to the first labyrinth of the game. We just press up on this doorway and we will enter it. And enter it we shall in the next video. So, for now, we're going to call it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.